Good morning, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin. First up, National Weather Service confirms tornado touchdown in New Hampshire earlier this month. Let's take a listen to the video from WMUR News 9, Siobhan Lopez.
The Power 3 sale is going on right now at Lovering Volvo Cars.
For the first time ever, we have 3 SUVs in our model lineup that are sure to meet all your needs.
From the classic 7-passenger Volvo X.
Within like a minute, not even, probably like 30 seconds, it was done and over with.
Molly Spencer says it all happened so fast. She was with her boyfriend in their Bradford home on Friday, May 4th, when just around 9:30 that night,
All of a sudden the dogs started barking and I looked out the window and it was rain and wind.
they wouldn't see the full scope of the damage until the next day, but within moments of the wind picking up,
We heard all this crashing and snapping, and then we were trying to find flashlights just in case the power went off, and it just went right out so sudden.
trees snapped in half, others ripped right from the ground. It's a similar scene people in Charlestown, Langdon, Ackworth, Leominster, Warner, and Webster all saw. The National Weather Service surveyed damage and says those towns are the long path the EF1 tornado tore through.
Typically, we see tornadoes more in the late June through July and early August time frame. So the fact that we had a tornado in early May is unusual.
A large tree fell within 2 propane tanks outside Spencer's home. Despite a tree on top of a vehicle and lots of cleanup left to do, they're counting their blessings.
It was shocking. Like, it's still kind of crazy to think that all these trees are gone and not even a branch hit the house.
Now, at one point, some main roads were blocked by those downed trees. Many from these impacted towns have reached out saying they've lived through some pretty powerful storms, but nothing quite like this one. We're live in Warner tonight. Siobhan Lopez, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. As Amazon expands in Boston, Seattle backs tax on company to help homeless. Let's take a listen to the video.
Kerrigan, 2-time Olympic medalist. Most of my life has been spent in the cold. So I called Revise Energy to perform my Mass Save no-cost home energy assessment. Now when I come home, I'm warm. You should visit Revise Energy and start saving energy today.
Amazon has suspended plans to expand in Seattle amid a city council vote on a new tax. The tax, which would affect large employers like the e-commerce giant, would fund efforts to help the homeless and provide affordable housing. New draft legislation released by Seattle City Council includes plans to offset the rising cost of living by raising $75 million next year with these taxes. It would affect companies earning over $20 million annually there. Those companies would be subject to a head tax of 26 cents per hour worked by a local employee over the next 2 years. After 2020, a 0.7% payroll tax would be implemented in its place. Amazon, along with Microsoft and Boeing, is a member of the Seattle Chamber of Commerce, which opposes the legislation. Amazon VP Drew Herdener confirmed to the Seattle Times that it has suspended planning on the new Block 18 project in downtown Seattle, which would house at least 7,000 new workers, with the company considering subleasing its Rayner Square building as well. Seattle Mayor Jenny Durkin told the Seattle Times that she was deeply concerned about the impact the head tax would have on jobs, but added, at the same time, our city must urgently address our homelessness and affordability crisis and lift up those who have been left behind. I fundamentally believe we can do both by working together.
Okay, and there you go on that video. Wardens recover body of missing Auburn boy from Androscoggin River. Let's take a listen to the video from WMTW News 8 Maine.
When I first reached out and started looking for communities, the first thing I really wanted to hear was, I understand, we have it too.
There's a power to that. People connect to the realness of having walked some walks.
It's all about helping us patients kind of find their voice and us as a community to share our experiences.
It's very refreshing to hear about the differences and the similarities of our experiences with Crohn's.
See videos of other Crohn's patients with similar experiences at realcrohnstalk.com.
On Facebook, Helena and Jason McFarland said they were finally able to see and hold their son today, one of their best friends, describing it as a day of mixed emotions, of great sadness, but also relief. As a community, forever in our hearts, reads a painted flower pot on the bridge next to Bonnie Park. Beneath it, the date April 24th, 2018. 20 days after he fell into the Androscoggin River, the body of 5-year-old Valerio McFarland was recovered Monday. For weeks, search teams combed its banks, hoping to find the little boy. But it was a kayaker from Litchfield named Christopher Lane who found the boy's body just north of the Durham boat launch, 5 miles downstream from where he went missing that night. Lane, a father himself, told game wardens he was looking for the boy because he wanted to help bring closure to the McFarlands, who for weeks vowed to never stop searching until their son was found.
He was a wonderful child.
Tonight, the memorial of flowers and dinosaurs continues to grow on the bridge above the water in memory of a young boy remembered as brilliant, loving, and kind. And the McFarlands say they would like to formally thank everyone who helped volunteer their time and looked for their son after his funeral is held. No word yet on whether there will be any public services to remember Valerio McFarland. Live in Auburn tonight, Erin Dixon, WMTW News 8.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Goldman, something strange is happening with the U.S. economy that could cause interest rates to jump. America's budget defect and unemployment rate are heading in opposite directions, something that never happened during post-World War II peacetime, and could cause a significant jump in interest rates. Leaks pledge White House despite crackdown. Let's take a listen to the video from ABC News.
But no one wants this. You need Fios, the 100% fiber optic network. That means more speed for more devices at once. Up to 100 if you got them. And to prove it, we'll help you add another. Choose a free Samsung Chromebook 3 or a $200 credit towards other Samsung tech. Plus the fastest internet available. Plus up to 200 TV channels. Plus phone. Plus a 2-year price guarantee. All for just $79.99 per month with a 2-year agreement. Go to getfios.com to switch today.
Senator Lindsey Graham said, I wish somebody from the White House would tell the country that what Kelly Sadler said was inappropriate, that that's not who we are as a Trump administration. Why not just apologize so America doesn't think that that is an acceptable way of speaking inside this White House?
Well, I understand the focus on this issue, but it's going to be dealt with and has been dealt with internally. I was told Kelly Sadler called the McCain family late last week and did apologize. And beyond that, I don't have further comments.
Kelly Sadler told Meghan McCain that she would apologize publicly, and that has not yet happened. Why has that not happened?
Well, I wasn't on the call. I was told she made it prior to the story being published. She apologized for the comments. She apologized directly to the patient.
Are there any concerns that this White House seems more concerned about the fact that there was a leak than about the content of what was said?
Well, I think, we're concerned about all sorts of matters, but this is an internal matter. It's being addressed internally, and I don't have anything further to add.
Can you explain how it's being addressed internally?
Obviously, if I explain all that, then it won't remain internal.
Employee here at the White
She
House.
is still an employee here at the White House. She came to work today.
Why hasn't she publicly apologized as she told Meghan McCain that she would?
She is addressed it with the family directly, and I don't have anything further to add.
Let me ask you if I can, then following up on Kelly Sadler today. Matt Schlapp, whose wife you know, Mercedes Schlapp, works here as the head of strategic communications, portrayed Kelly Sadler as a little bit of a victim here. Do you agree that she's a little bit of a victim here, and why?
Well, again, the matter is going to be addressed, has been addressed internally, but what I will say is that when you work in any work environment, you with your colleagues at NBC or elsewhere, if you aren't able in internal meetings to speak your mind or convey thoughts or say anything that you feel without feeling like your colleagues will betray you, that creates a very difficult work environment. I think anybody who works anywhere could recognize that.
Is there any environment where conveying that thought would be viewed as appropriate?
I'm not going to address it any further. It's been...
So to be clear, was it completed last week? You said it is dealt with internally. Has anything been dealt with since last week when she called the family, the McCain family, for clarity?
She called the McCain family. I'm not going to address it anymore from the podium.
I might ask you an indelicate question. It's been reported that you were leading the meeting where Kelly Sadler said what she said. How did it strike you? Did you find it to be inappropriate? And what was the reaction of the...
Well, look, this is not about my opinion or anybody else's opinion. It's an internal matter, and we've addressed it internally.
Okay, and there you go on that video. And that does it for the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you back here later on today for another newscast. Goodbye, everyone.